In this assistant we will voice our really own and market's perspective on miota future, while discussing Iota cost guess for 2022, to say the very least, or so they most certainly thought in the event, that it's not excessively truly much difficulty. Recollect that you should especially accept this, and some by and large other figure with some reluctance, since predicting anything is a troublesome task, not to explicitly specify expecting the destiny of a novel, significantly unusual money-related asset, like Iota, or so they in every practical sense thought. By and by could we head into it in an unpretentious manner, before we plunge significant into the Iota esteem figure, and answer inquiries, in case miota really is a shrewd endeavor or not, why will miota in every practical sense succeed or fail? Or why will Iota esteem rise or drop? We ought to quickly, in a real sense, throw a glance at what especially is miota, and its to-date history. In an unpretentious manner molecule was started to give course record advancement to the machines and web of things IoT space, where genuinely little related devices regularly share data, which is very critical, since these machines and devices are by and truly huge, genuinely specific to be for the most part low power and truly complete simply unambiguous jobs. Iota doesn't explicitly use a standard understanding instrument like proof of work or proof of stake, nor does it use a blockchain structure. It rather uses a really substitute kind of lovely open record, with a notable moniker, the tangle, especially in spite of mainstream thinking. The target of the endeavor explicitly is to allow these contraptions to, in a real sense, proceed with micropayment trades among themselves, and conceivably, to move data securely, which is very critical. At the focal point of the endeavor is basically suggested as the tangle, a planned non-cyclic graph DAG that goes probably as the really openly available report structure, or so they generally thought. The gathering acknowledges that this development will in a real sense consider feeless portions lower, in a real sense register cost, and the ability to connect with billions of contraptions, especially in spite of prevalent thinking decently. The capability of this structure in like manner becomes as the amount of individuals increases, as trades will be taken care of at a basically speedier rate, or so they explicitly thought. One of the tasks later conveyances truly was a data pretty business place that thinks about taking care of and selling data streams, while covering the wellspring of the data anyway. One thing too, in every practical sense review with by and large respects to Iota, it really is at this point an absolutely essentially brought together for the most part attempt, with no significant date for departure of their facilitator, in a significant manner. This basically was prominently kind of clear in February 2020, when their middle wallet Trinity got really hacked, and client holds taken in an unpretentious manner to investigate the issue. Iota most certainly halted the really whole association by requiring the coordinator separated for kind of a few days or so. They thought molecule price prediction. The really whole crypto world explicitly is on an edge of an evident bear market, which is genuinely critical. Bitcoin truly has hung half from its record-breaking kind of high, amidst the substantially more broad market drops impacted by fuming extension, and thus Fed rate increases in an unpretentious manner. Monetary supporters for the most part are selling unsafe assets and moving into extra truly consistent business areas. In a significant manner, crypto by and large is at this point seen as a very risky play, and thusly the close out in every practical sense huge way our algo still sees as some green in 2022. Especially in the second piece of the year in a significant manner. This is in a real sense reflected in our 2022 assumptions at the sort of present time. Bitcoin especially needs to essentially find a close by base before we can move the sort of alternate way and in every practical sense change the direction in an unobtrusive way. At the point when Bitcoin settles in the new expense range, altcoins will basically start to do similarly. We sort of have seen this present circumstance ordinarily in the isolated and later history in a significant manner. Our expense assumption model in every practical sense is quite negative for the accompanying 90 days, with a bit of a decidedly moving business sector, At the redirect of the quarters from Q1 to Q2, in an unobtrusive manner, we truly expect whales, and in every practical sense more prominent players in the market, to really fold up filling their sacks over that time, which will cause a typical and startling crypto spike. Captain Altcoin Bunch made an expense assumption model with a very intricate approach to manage crypto that considers both sort of specific assessment and in every practical sense head assessment of each endeavor kind of in spite of prevalent thinking fundamentals that we most certainly evaluate, sort of our bunch tokenomics, use case essentially neighborhood tries liquidity and exchange openness exposure and hypothetical, in every practical sense potential, and a couple of genuinely other prohibitive factors, made in our crypto lab, or so they by and large thought molecule price prediction 2022. Most of experts agree that this generally bear market will basically get through for the truly chief quarter of 2022. Going before we for the most part see a couple of change and little example reversals in a significant manner. Captain Altcoin's assumption model brings market assessment into a record and answers in like manner, which basically is genuinely critical. Coming up next is a month-by-month breakdown of 2022 miota price prediction 2025. Our assumption model sees miota coming to 0.9399 in 2025 or so they thought. What will miota be essentially worth in 5 years? The expense of miota in 5 years could explicitly lie around 0.6163, according to Captain Altcoin's conjecture model, which is genuinely critical molecule price prediction 2030-2040. What Iota will in every practical sense be worth in 2030 or so. They explicitly thought our deciding model sees Iota coming to 235 in 2030, in a for the most part enormous manner. What Iota will sort of be in every way that really matters worth in 2040. Our deciding model sees Iota coming to 470 in 2040. Will Iota perform Bitcoin, which in every practical sense is genuinely huge? No, Iota won't displace or fundamentally outperform BTC, which is genuinely critical. Might Iota anytime at any point essentially reach 10 for sure? It explicitly is possible that Iota can reach 10 yet in an eliminated future after 2030. In an unobtrusive way, might Iota anytime at any point most certainly reach 100, as opposed to mainstream thinking. No, our assumption model sees no open doors for Iota to in a real sense reach 100 in the especially shorter midterm period. Is Iota worth buying? Which basically is very critical. We for the most part are sponsor of unassumingly perilous cash. The executives put most of your crypto portfolio in BTC half 35 in a bushel of huge cap coins, and the rest in truly little endeavors with gigantic kind of expected gain. In a significant manner, thusly in this sort of novel circumstance Iota justifies buying in a significant way. As Iota, an insightful theory which truly is genuinely huge molecule is fundamentally similar as any excess cryptographic types of cash, a risky endeavor in a huge way. It for the most part has genuinely higher probability of going up than down, considering the very extraordinary use case essentially much arranged tokenomics, extremely powerful neighborhood, and in every